Hi, I'm a starseed. I literally did not come out of a JJ. No, I do not have any parents on this earth, and I'm not the product of two people having sex and having a baby come out of a JJ. I was love bombed out of the heavenlies by Baal himself, and I believe that I am the second coming of Paul Walker, Paul from Tarsus, and I'm a starseed. I fell out of the heavenlies. I got love bombed out of the heavenlies. So as far as getting love bombed out of the heavenlies by Baal, I want to explain that. That's the part I'm most sure about because I have direct memories of that. I remember a lot of that. And I think what I remember getting rolled off the rock, to put it in biblical terms. But I went deep into Buddhism to try to figure out my experience to see what happened. So this is why I can't really talk to Christians about this kind of stuff, because I'm so deep into Buddhism about it. But I guess I could try to say, explain to them I got rolled off the rock and I remember it. So to describe the experience, it was like being inside the sun. It was exactly like being inside the sun, except that you didn't have a self. You didn't have an idea of self. So like you and the sun were one, and you didn't even have an idea of yourself. So it was a very pleasurable experience, but then again, there wasn't anybody to experience it. And so, that's a catch-22 there. But anyway, okay, so like I'm the sun, right? I don't know if I fell out of the sun or if I'm a star and, I fell from a height, I definitely fell though. But it was like Satan entered into me, or a voice entered into me and started talking to me. And before that, I didn't even have an idea of a self. So now I got somebody talking to me. So now not only do I have a self, but there's other. So now I have self and other. But the other was Satan trying to fool me to bring me down here. Once you get, this is the Kamaloka desire zone. Once you get down here, it's all about desire, Like Satan was, he was love bombing me, he was he was seduction, getting me into desire. Like, oh, I want this, I want that. Because I came down here a couple times. And then, but that was in the Rupaloka, the level just above the physical. I came down here a couple times, but they didn't tell me once I come into the physical I'm stuck. But anyway, I came down a couple times, and then he asked me, do you want to come down here for good? He didn't even say it. It was just like a open question. I was like, are there others? That was my question. Are there others? And then there was it was like two big cops grabbing you by both arms, and you're coming down whether you like it or not. And I got grabbed down. I didn't get, it was like two big ass cops grabbed me by the fucking arms and drug me down here. And then I landed. This is funny. I'm the tarot card. I'm the sun from the tarot card. And I landed on a fucking horse. And I was a little blonde-haired, towhead, 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid already. So I didn't come out of a JJ. I fell out of the sky. I have the memory of coming down and landing on that horse. And then it was like a line, and then I was kicking the horse, tried to get it going, but it was pissing, so it wouldn't go. And there was the guy behind me. He's my demon that's with me to this day. And he basically berated me and insulted me because I didn't understand that the horse was pissing and I was trying to kick it, even though I was just a little kid. So that was like my first demonic insult. Boom, right there. So that's why I did not come out of a JJ. I got love bombed, narcissistic abuse, love bombed out of the heavenlies by Baal himself. And then for the rest of my life, Baal, Astarroth, and at least one predator are my handlers. So I want to talk about how I figured out I'm Paul Walker. So this is a real shitty thing to say, but I guess I'm going to come out of the closet about some gross stuff too. My main handler my whole life is Astaroth. A few Christians out there, man, I'm upset at Christians and people in general for not knowing about Astaroth. I'll talk more about her later. But she's my main handler, and the term motherfucker, why the term motherfucker is so prevalent in this world is because, the serpent race has interbred with us. And, in my case, my high school girlfriend, my live-in girlfriend in my 20s, and that's it. After that, I was done. But it's all Astaroth. It's all that bitch that was trying to be my mom, that's still trying to be my mom, trying to be my main handler and shit. Fucking nasty ass bitch. So I'm a motherfucker. My mother, the bitch pretended to be my mother. She's a shape-shifting demon, and I slept with her. So how I figured out I'm Paul Walker. Full disclosure, to make myself look bad again, from like 32 to 42, I had to take seriously that I might be Jesus Christ, because I didn't come out of a JJ. I fell from the heavenlies, and my handlers are straight up Baal and Astarroth. So I had to take seriously that I could be Jesus Christ. So I truth is, I'm a self-trained Buddhist monk more than anything. So I don't know. When I kind of figured that out, I read books for like 8 years straight and like lived a hermit's life. But finally, just recently, after the pandemic started, they hit me with a car. It was straight out of a horror movie. I got hit with a car December 7th, 2021, and I went to the hospital, and I think they tortured me and killed me, but brought me back. They tortured me to death and killed me. And they brought me back. So anyway, I had a near-death experience, and plus they shot me up with ketamine. So like after that, my intuition went through the roof. And I remember one time, my handler, my mother, who I fucked, she said, my live-in girlfriend, she made it sure that I knew that Paul Walker, she's like, ooh, I like Paul Walker. Paul Walker's mine. And then, boom, I got it. Paul Walker up in this bitch, talking to you right now. Same soul as Paul Walker, whole new incarnation. Bam, bam, bam. So yeah, what I didn't understand was, I hadn't read the Bibles. I didn't read the Bible till I was like 42 years old, which is just like 2 years ago. After the pandemic started, I finally read the whole Bible. But I didn't understand that the apostles would get gang stalked to death. I knew that they would do that to Jesus, but I didn't know that they would do that to the apostles and shit like that. So once I figured that out, that makes a lot more sense, because I am super gang stalked. I have I got a couple $100. I'm a poor man. I got a couple $100. Says I'm top 5 most gang stalk person in the world. All right, so now I want to expose my handlers, who I believe to be Baal and Astarroth. If you guys don't know Satan's real, then fuck off. You can go fuck yourselves. I'm sick of all this bullshit. Weak ass people don't want to face shit. So I want to expose him as being. I'll tell you some personal things I know about him. He's a fag, first of all. He's got the hots for little boys, and he's a fag. He's just jealous, extremely jealous of other dudes. Like his whole thing is like being a jealous little bitch. So that's one aspect of him, and I've seen all his ranges of moods. His joyous mood, he's like a 5-year-old leading a band. He's like a 5-year-old leading a marching band when he's all happy and getting his way. But he's a big dumb snake. He's definitely a snake. He acts like a snake. He thinks like a snake. He's a snake. He's really good at math. Obviously, he's super smart, and especially at math. Satan Baal, he's an incredibly the dichotomy of him, as in he has like godlike intelligence and godlike power. I've witnessed his power. ability to shapeshift, and just off the rails with energy, But it's just so crazy, the dichotomy of somebody being so smart and so intelligent, but yet he's got the moral compass, and he's really, I'm just gonna say it, he's like a cockroach. He's really has the morals of a cockroach. Godlike intelligence and the morals of a cockroach. And that really sucks. Sucks for everybody on this planet. But two personal things about Satan. Things that he loves. The two things that Satan loves is taxes. He loves the taxes. All you fucking assholes out there who are paying money in taxes. I'm sorry, all you guys out there that make big money and you pay in big taxes, all that money goes right into Baal's pocket. Directly into Baal's pocket. Baal's pocket. I believe Tiberius Caesar is Baal. Tacitus, the Roman historian Tacitus, said that the Christians at the time of Christ, soon after, they believe that Tiberius Caesar was Baal, aka serpent race, aka the guy who loves your taxes. So Uncle Sam is Baal. You guys paying taxes, you're giving money right to Baal, and that's fucked up. There's a line in the Bible about when Jesus comes, like even the rocks themselves, like the stones of Jerusalem, will be happy and they'll have a personality and they'll like come to life. And around the time he remarked to me one time, basically, he kind of lives to see that not happen, like a vicious murderer. Like that's the last thing he wants to see happen, is for the rocks of Jerusalem to shout with joy at Jesus' arrival. He also bragged to me several times about the tribe of Dan. Like once I was 15 and he brings up the tribe of Dan to me, and I'm like, what? What does the tribe of Dan have to do with me, and why would I care? But then I'm 20 and he brings it up again and he's like bragging about it. He's like, what happened to the tribe of Dan? What happened to the tribe of Dan? And he did it at least 3, 4, 5 times, bringing up the, it's odd that he would bring that up. And yeah, I think the tribe of Dan got completely taken over by Satan. That's in Jerusalem. There's like shrines to Pan, like the goat god and shit, and that's in the tribe of Dan. So I think Satan like completely took over the tribe of Dan. Like all their souls, they lost their souls to Satan, the tribe of Dan. Alright, so the other thing I want to expose about Satan and the serpent race is that they're shapeshifters. But not only are they shapeshifters, they're shapeshifters that have melded themselves with iron, so to speak, in a biblical tense. If you guys have a brain, you can see what's going on with the vax, and you see that Satan is trying to mix, he's trying to put iron into the human body and mix us with AI and stuff. But he did this to his race a long, long, long time ago. And so Satan's race, Satan himself, all his top people, and even the rank and file, I suppose, they're all shapeshifters, as in they can turn into cars. That sounds crazy, but if you don't believe it, go fuck yourself. Go take a fucking vaccine. I'm done pulling punches. If you can't fathom Transformers, then, well, you can't fathom the enemy. So another thing I want to talk about Satan, probably the last thing, is his geometry. The story I got from an extra biblical book was that when Lucifer rebelled from God, he had to rebel against the geometry of God, because the love was built into the geometry of God. So I see things in the spirit every now and again, and I've read books and stuff on geometry, Fibonacci sequence and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm familiar with the geometry of God, and I've seen the geometry of Satan and his race, and what the Transformer cars are made out of. and it's ugly. It's a one-off knockoff of God's geometry. So that's one of the reasons why I say they're aliens, because they truly are. They don't have geometry. The stuff they're made out of is not of this earth, you know. So just I want to say that basically Satan's an alien. He's been here forever, so you can say that, you know, he's not, because he's dug in. But judging from the geometry and judging everything about these things, they're aliens. And Satan and the Greys, and they're all teaming up on humans. It's a free-for-all. It's Satan's race and a whole bunch of other negative ETs, all just eviscerating the human race. So this is kind of a funny thing. Astaroth, my main handler is female, and then Satan's her boss handler, and, you know, like my boss handler. But and then below those two, I think it's a predator. And anyway, I gave my female handler the boot, and so now I got a predator on me full time. I say it's a predator because it opened up its face at me. It got angry, and it opened up its face at me. I only saw it in the spirit for a fraction of a second. It didn't completely register in my brain, but it definitely opened up its face at me. So, and when Satan and the Predator come around, Predator is Satan's bitch. They got some weird kind of master-slave relationship where, like, the Predator will turn into a dog and be, you know, have Satan walking around on the leash. And so they're double teaming on me when I got Satan and the Predator on me. So it's pretty funny. The Predator is real, and this one Predator at least is Satan's bitch. It's my bitch too, because I know what the fuck. I would like to give myself a pat on the back. To understand these beings, it's to catch a thief. To catch a thief, you got to get inside their head. To get inside their head, you got to be prepared to, you got to be mentally strong, to say the least, to be able to call out, murderers, serial killers. So yeah, these things. The other thing about these things, they're super gang stalkers. That's what they do. They just gang stalk. They never stop. Like sharks, just never stop it. All right, now I want to expose Astaroth. Man, I'm really upset at people for not knowing about Astaroth. Christians and people in general. Like, Astaroth is your controller. Astaroth is your mind controller. The whole world is under this bitch's Astaroth. Under this bitch, Astaroth is mind control. Baal and Astaroth are a team. They're like peanut butter and jelly. Baal hunts and kills. Astaroth traffics in men's souls. This bitch traffics in men's souls. And to me, the book of Revelations, it tells the story of the fall of Astaroth. Baal is going to live for another 1,000 years, and he's going to come back up. But Astaroth, I believe, is facing true death now, imminent. And it's her wrath everybody's scared of. So yeah, my nickname for Astaroth is the Great Whore. The Bible says she's drunk off the blood of the saints. Dang it, people, I'm telling you, Astaroth. It's like the whole world's asleep to the actual alien demon that's doing this to him. So this video is getting long, and I don't really want to talk about Astaroth. I've lost I got more skin in the game, lost to Astaroth than Baal. I really hate Astaroth more than I hate Baal. So I don't really want to fucking talk about her. One other thing I want to say about Satan, he really does, I believe I'm Paul Walker 2.0, so that means I'm a Jew too. That's a big clue, I'm like, why am I so gang stalked, It's because I'm a Jew. But I want to say that, Satan and Nazis, they really do hate Jews. They really do hate Jews, and they really do hunt them, and they really do horrible things to them. Alright, so the last part of this video I want to do is a warning. Obviously, I believe we're in the book of Revelations, but a warning that there's huge planets swirling around, intermingling with our solar system at the moment. One thing they do with chemtrails, say they're spray painting. They're spray painting with chemtrails so you can't see. But there's huge planets inbound. Shit is going down. That's why the world's going crazy right now. Not necessarily because the WEF wants it to, but because shit is going down celestial. There's a big old celestial cataclysm that's imminent, happening right now. So I want to warn you about that. And okay, I guess I want to tell you about Jesus. I want to tell you, I'm still working on my own salvation, so I'm not holier than thou. But I do want to say that, this is sad, but I know Jesus is real because these beings hate Jesus so bad. Why would you bother hating somebody? Why would this super smart demon hate somebody if they don't even exist? So it's sad, but I know Jesus is real because I know Satan is real, and I know they hate Satan, and I know that he's coming back because the shit is going down now. So, but I want to say it's a legal matter. If you guys just understand that's a legal matter. Like, once you're in the flesh, Satan owns you. He owns this world, and he owns your ass. He can kill you at any time. If you're alive, it's because he wants you alive, because he wants to vampirize off you, and somehow he wants to glory off your downtrodden self. But it's a legal matter, and the Bible says that if Jesus hadn't done what he did, then they would not have sinned, and we would all be going to hell. So it's just a legal matter. It's just a matter of it's just like a legality, and the fact that Jesus came down and lived a perfect life and didn't sin, and they killed him, that made it so that we could go to heaven instead of all getting condemned to hell because Satan owned us all. So I want to tell you that cataclysm's coming, and I want to sound not religious, like just leave religion out of it. Leave all the hokey pokey. We all know the church has been shitted on by everybody, and if you go to church, they won't tell you anything. So, but I just want to tell you there's a cataclysm coming, and Jesus is your ticket out, and you don't have to be super religious about it at all. You just have to recognize that, I took the bait. I took Satan's bait. I'm in this host body system, and I'm a sinner, and I would have gone to hell, except this nice person came down here and took an ass whipping and got beat to death. So all you gotta do is take the deal. All you gotta do is realize you're a sinner and be like, oh, gross, man. I can't believe all the nasty things I did, and just that's what repenting is. It's a turning about, a turning away from sin, and just accept that Jesus did what he did for you, and give Satan the bird and move on. And you don't got to be religious about it. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.